Ah, okay. Hopefully I didn't scare anyone this time. Hello, friends. Welcome. Alright. Do-do-do-do. Let's see. Uh, that's about right, wouldn't you say? I hope so. Trying to be. Do I really need to be this careful since I'm not adding a background? Probably not, but I'm being careful anyway. Uh, so, some news. I've been listening to Pray for the Wicked ever since the rest of the songs came out. I got the notifications. I was like, oh, yes, this is the best thing to wake up to. And then I was just like, yes. So now, literally, every single song that's on there is like running through my head on repeat, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because I can't listen right now. But, it's fine. I'm super excited though. All we need now is for 21 Pilots to finally stop being on a hiatus. And then life is complete. I just got back not too long ago from a party too, so yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a little wonky. I'm trying to work on that, but it just when I do it the other times it feels like it's too small. But yeah, I see what you mean, Allison. It's a little a little disproportionate. Just a smudge. A very noticeable smudge. Alright, so I'm going to lay down some fun facts for you guys that are non spoilers. Whoa! Oh my god, Kristen7601, you're not spoiling something for once. You're able to actually keep your mouth shut this time. Yes, the miracle that nobody thought would happen is happening. I can give you information that's not spoilers. And do you know why? Because it was all scrapped. Wow! Scrapped things. Yay. My school is still not over yet. I'm back from Cali. Oh my gosh, Citrus, you're back from California. Yes. Also, Allison, I feel your pain. I'm so sorry. Why are you in for so long? I feel like I've been out forever already. Yes, I can give you a little bit of information regarding the end without actually spoiling some major plot points or anything like that, so that's cool. So, one thing I can tell you is that Glitch 2.0 here, my boy O, he was originally going to be like an android. I don't know why. It was before I came up with a real plan as to how everyone came to be. So my thing was that he was going to be part robot or something and that he couldn't eat or drink anything except for like water. if he tried to, otherwise he'd end up getting sick. I don't know why, but come up with weird things in the beginning stages. The creative process is a very strange and interesting one. Guess what I'm gonna do over the summer? What, Allison? What are you gonna do? Because I want to know. Mm. I don't know what glitchy should wear. This is a problem. Like, ew, no, brown doesn't work. Never mind. It really doesn't work because of something else, but I can't tell you what that is. Maybe a darker bluish purple. So he was originally Mark Zuckerberg. Yes. Now, why am I getting 500 things going off here? Let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. Okay, that's not important. Okay. Also, I'm going to figure skatings, even though camp and figure skating lessons, even though my lesson, or figure skating, even though the lesson. Okay, God, I can't read. But that sounds nice, my guy. I hope it's fun. And I'm jealous of your balancing skills because I bet that takes a lot of balance. Goodness gracious. I mean, I just went roller skating yesterday, and I can't even go onto like a hard floor. I have to stay on the carpets because I suck. Eh. I need to practice my bunny hops. Nice. Well, hey, good luck, Allison, when you end up going. Can't say much about camp either because I've never been to any sort of camp before. It looks interesting, but also I have a terrible fear of bugs of any kind, and also I hate nature. I shouldn't say I hate nature because I like the way nature looks. But again, like animals, insects. Mm-mm. No, I'll stay indoors, please. Not to mention, I'm not exactly the most physically fit person in the world. Or physically capable of most things. I don't know how I feel about this. sucks, but I think I kind of like it. Even with the cool colors, especially because of the one contrasting thing that I can't show you, which may or may not be in this particular spot of Glitch 2.0's face, which is covered by his hair. What could this be? You may be thinking, well, I can't tell you that information, but I can't tell you some other weird facts. Factoloids. Keeping your foot forward and jumping and landing. Oh, goodness gracious. That sounds incredibly difficult. But also, it's probably actually really simple. It probably sounds more complicated than it is. Oh, goodness. Hi, Tanner! It's not too hard when you get used to it. Welcome to the Strem. Alright, what's the other little thing I was going on about? Oh yeah. The original villain went from Dekken to Glitch 2.0 to now we have Avenir because I liked Dekken at the point where I was going to use him as villain. Like, I liked him too much to use him as a villain. And I went, hey, Cherubi's actually not really evil. So she's going to convince him to be a good person. And then Glitch 2.0 was going to be the thing. But then I decided, nah. Nah, this is going in a totally different direction than I originally planned. And then Avenir came along, and Avenir originally looked a lot different. Because instead of our edgy human-looking boy, we used to have a demon-looking boy, and I mean actual demon. Like, it used to be like this. I'll just give you a quick little idea. Like, this was the face. And then the body. And there was like, it was like a normal human body, except for there was like the giant white eyes and a creepy smile. And then there was like a hole in the center. And then in the middle would have been like a heart with like this sort of thing going on, you know? So yeah, thank God I didn't keep that, because, oh boy. Like, gross. I want to say something about my comic and story, but I don't want to spoil it. Okay, easy way around that is to say something without spoiling any plot. And what I mean is, like, maybe say something about the characters, or maybe say something about the general idea. Because, like, if you give a general idea, it really doesn't spoil much. Like, the general idea of the end is 3 people come together to stop an evil villain, sort of. Except not really. Reminds me about the fact that Gizmo from Gremlins was originally going to become leader of the evil Gremlins, but Spielberg decided to change it because he was too cute. That is adorable. Well, I had that sort of thing happen twice, so here we are. So here's my boy. I also have a reference page for him, which I can't show you because that spoils a little thing. Like, not, well, is it a major thing? Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, story-wise. Not really. It's a big deal in the case of Glitch on its own, sort of. I'd love to talk about the comic me and my friend Morrison are working on as well. Do it! Bet! I'm just kidding, you don't really have to unless you want to, but... My children are precious. Look at this face. Look. Do you think this boyo right here could be intimidating? Not really. I think Dekken's more intimidating than him, and Dekken has 0 facial expressions. I think that's the scariest thing, is that Tekkit has had no facial expressions or really a face at all, and he's more intimidating than Glitch. That was a very secret diary that she kept secret for a very good reason. Yes. Love those. Love the secrets. Love the tea. The whole reason I'm doing all this art stuff right now, by the way, is because I need to figure out, excuse me, I need to figure out a proper design for all of the characters in order for it to not be a pain in the butt to draw them 500 times. So, like, I already figured out Glitchy. Oh god, I keep forgetting that Glitch 1. The original Glitch has had, like, nothing to make you either like or dislike her, really. I mean, there's been a little bit to dislike her because she's on Avenir's side, but at the same time, it's like, she has done nothing! Which is really sad, because, like, I'm planning on doing something with her, and I want it to have an emotional impact, but at the same time, it really won't. Because there's no I feel like there's no reason for anyone to care about her. Like, not really. Like, the most I've given is that, like, she was a jerk and still is a jerk. Which still isn't a reason to care. It's just sad, because I like Glitch 1, but at the same time, like, I have no way to really integrate her into anything. Because literally my idea with her was that she was going to be a major backing force to Avenir, but now it's just kind of like, no. Because Avenir really, in truth, Avenir doesn't really need Glitch. She's kind of almost a pointless character, almost. She does have a purpose, which will come up later, but or even that is going out the window at this point, because there's no reason to care about her purpose. Dang it. Well, which one might just have to go out the window, or I'm gonna have to figure out some form of plot point to include her in that's proper. Because again, all I've shown is that, like, she's on Avenir's side and she's a jerk because she beat up Glitch. Glitch 2.0. Like, literally, she sucks. Not just because she's a terrible person. I'm sure I'll come up with something, but Glitch looks like he just wants a hug. I mean, you're not wrong. What's really scary is wondering where that boy's eyes are looking at. He looks very shy about it. He's like, oh, hi there. True. Why is Premiere opening? What? I didn't ask you to open Premiere. I can't see what I'm doing with you in my way. Can you move? Okay, there we go. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I just wanted a generic-ish pose, but I didn't want it, the look to be straight on, because that's kind of creepy. A more shy expression that's accurate might be like like this. But I mean, my boyo does need a hug real bad. I mean, think about it. Really, all of my characters need a hug super badly. Because, you know, in the plot line, me, meaning Alicia, quote unquote, which is really me, but you get the point. I basically, at this point, it's pretty obvious, and I think I could say this without anybody being like, oh my god, that was so surprising, is that I, like, quote unquote, created them. So, like, they're kind of essentially both the parent figure, question mark? Not really parent figure, but more like a best friend-ish thing. Like, that's, for them, that's gone. Like, their best friend is gone. Like, they don't know. Like, I'm possessed, so they don't, like, in their head, they don't know if I'm even 100% okay. Especially because they don't know where Avenir is. And I can't tell you whether or not I'm fine, although I wish I could. Because that shows the morality of Avenir, and I can't tell you that. Not yet. I got an idea. All my characters will need hugs by the end. Oh boy, Allison, good luck. Good luck with the idea. Because I have a feeling I know the type of thing you're going for, and oh boy. Ooh. Alright, so what can I tell you about Cherubi? Cherubi was going to be a lot cringier. Like, she was intentionally made to be cringy. Because, I mean, look at the titles where she was, like, the main thing before, like, the end became a true series. Like, back in the Experiment Kids or whatever, or the beginning of, like, the Takeover, where Decken was like, I kidnapped the Experiment Kids, blah, blah, blah. Like, Cherubi's titles were like, trying, I'm taking over XD, XP, X3. Oh, bye, Citrus. Remember that thing we did last time? Yeah, listen, but this time I can't. Like, I'm already on, like, limited time. So I should really get to bed semi-early-ish. Because I haven't gone to bed early in a while, but I do want to get these things done. But yeah, Cherubi was originally going to stay that way, and thank God she didn't. Because I actually decided, hey, Cherubi needs a personality that isn't just XD. Yeah, sorry, Allison. So, yeah, that's how Cherubi went from, like, ooh, to, hey, I actually care about people. Including Decken and Glitch. Mostly Decken. I just want to. Okay, I need to ask something because at this point I'm very curious to see. Does anybody like have ships been birthed yet? Because anybody thought of this yet? I'm very curious. Like I know some of my friends who don't really go on, like that don't have YouTube accounts or don't really go on often, have been like, yeah, I kind of ship this and this with your stuff. And it's just like, huh, I wonder if anybody else does that. Because to be honest, I'm planning on doing some stuff with some shipping going on. I mean, it's part of it's probably a little bit obvious at this point. Definitely has nothing to do with two certain individuals that have been seen together in a lot of videos. Totally not. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. I wanted to get a new layer, not a new file. Oops. Like, I can't talk. Like, one part of me is like, dude, people would probably figure out a way to ship things by now. And the other part of me is like, no, I don't have a large enough fan base for that yet. I'm also half tempted to do a Q&A video specifically about the end itself. But at the same time, like, I've tried it already, sort of, and it's never worked out because nobody's curious enough to be, like, actually asking questions. I think it's because they're, like, scared that I won't answer because it's spoilery. But there's a lot I can answer, surprisingly. Like, legit. There's probably a lot of questions that I'm not even thinking about that I could probably answer without being like, ooh, that's too much. Like, no, I can't. Alex Morrison and I are working on is a slice of life romance for a comic. Yes! Okay. Just seeing these guys in their day-to-day lives sort of thing between them and their friends. Yes, 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 Tanner. Yes! I only want to friendship my characters together. I mean, that works, Allison. You're all under 16. They're way too young to start relationships. Understandable. Morrison's got the first 2 pages wrong. The lead in it, we have 20 pages worth of script written. Nice! Ooh, I'm excited, Tanner. This sounds so interesting. Like, yes, please. Like, we need this. You still don't have a title yet. You'll think of something. The title doesn't matter right away. I mean, really, the end didn't really have a title until I was just like, I want the last episode to be titled The End. And because I was all like, oh, the end is near, oh, the end of everything. So it just kind of stuck. Oh my god, your channel's gonna end. God. What a time that was. That was probably already like a year or 2 ago. God. Sometimes I forget that the Experiment Kids has been around for like 2 years. And I'm like, huh. It's been that long. Okay. It's crazy. It's even crazier that we're almost up to 1,000 subscribers. Like, whoa. Never thought I'd see the day, ever. Especially with that channel. Like, that channel, we were so not confident in the beginning. We were like, oh god, it's so cringy and bad. Like, we're gonna get nothing. But then it just kind of went out of nowhere. I don't understand why. I still don't understand why, but at the same time, it's like, well, we're all kids, and kids are cute, so I could see that. And it's kind of funny, so I could see that too, especially because the target audience is, you know, my age or the boys' ages, I should say. So it's just like, I don't know. It's still just really surprising because, like I said, we never expected anything that we did like that to take off. Like, there were points where we'd be like, if we ever like hit 1 million subscribers, what would we do? It's just, you know, like joke around like that, but at the same time, it's like, whoa. Like now, it feels like that isn't so impossible anymore. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like it's actually a possibility in the future. Mine is called Mind Reader. The title only makes sense if you get near the end. Ooh. Sounds like a good end, Allison. I'm getting very distracted. Like, my mind is going in like 500 different places, but it's cool. I love my children. Especially Cherubi. Cherubi's adorable. I'm calling my own creations adorable. What is this? I'm not trying to, like, raise myself over here. I like the idea of, like, a super caring, happy-go-lucky character, but at the same time, like, she shows her flaws. Like, she's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, she knows that the world can be a bad thing. But at the same time, she just, like, grins through it all and tries to make the best of it. I feel like at this point, between Decken and Glitch 2, she is like the only thing keeping them sane. Because, oh god, if she wasn't there to be like, life is great most of the time, they'd probably either kill each other or just completely destroy everything. Like, at this point. Because they are like so they're like angry, sad people. Not so much Decken. Because Decken's more like confused because he doesn't really, like, ever since he became quote unquote good, like he doesn't really know what to do with himself because he doesn't really know his place. Meanwhile, with Glitch 2.0, it's a totally different story because Glitch 2.0 is just really angry and sad all the time. But he keeps it pretty well hidden. Why is he angry and sad? I can't tell you yet. Not really. I'm sure you can infer thousands of different things. But, you know. I made my own type of writing and memorized it so that nobody could read my spoilers for my story. Nice, Allison. That's a smart idea. Although I don't post any of the writings or anything really anywhere, so I personally have no use for it. Plus, I end up yapping about spoilers anyway. I at least like to tease. I like to tease around ideas. I think that's like the fun part for me. Because I love when people are like, I love the idea of people being like, well, we need to like decode this, figure out what it means, and figure out how it all links together and that sort of thing. Because personally, I like doing that. Like, I like being like, huh, this is interesting. This can be like transcoded into like binary text and then put into that and then get words out of it and then you piece it together and then as it goes along it makes more sense. Like, you know what I mean? I love a good like mysterious like what's going on until the end type deal. So that's what I'm attempting to do with some stuff here. But I don't know how well that's actually working out for me because I think I'm really bad at doing that. I mean, yeah, I leave people with questions, but I don't think I leave them with enough questions to actually be like, what is going on? Maybe it's because I'm bad at planning. Like, I really suck at planning things. I mean, I'm probably gonna give up on actually animating the end because like I can't do it on camera, but at the same time, like this might be a lot, and I'm already like my summer is like closing in on itself. Like I'm not gonna have a lot of time anymore because like my weekends are getting busy. I don't know what I'm gonna do on the weekdays sometimes. It's just really hectic. Like even without school, it's really hectic, and I don't understand. Like but at the same time, it's just like I'm so bored half the time because it's like I either have a lot of plans or I have no plans, and it's just like when I have no plans, I don't know what to do with myself. And it's like, yeah, I could be doing this, but at the same time, like if I'm totally out of it, like I won't want to draw, and I'll have major art block, and I'll think all of my stuff sucks. So I don't know, kind of sucks, but it's fine. I'll find a way around it eventually to the point where I can be like, I have nothing to do. Let's animate junk. But I don't know. I just don't know. What else? What else? I need to think of other things, other little factoids that I can actually give away for the price of nothing. um. So what else can I tell you about Cherubi without being like spoilers? Cherubi is probably one of the most like difficult characters, and I don't mean like difficult to come up with ideas for, because like that's fine. Like I can think of things to do with her, but at the time, like what I mean is like she's difficult to play because me personally, I'm not a very positive person. I try to be positive, but then I just immediately go back into like I suck. Like I try to be like, no, my art is great. I mean, look at it. It's so much better than it used to be. I've improved so much over the last year. Like, wow, look at what I'm doing with my life. Like things are actually going in a perfectly fine direction and I'm not super sad all the time. Like it could be 1,000 times worse, but then at the same time it's like I suck in other aspects. And it's just like, well, there went the positivity. Not to mention, Cherubi's voice is like this, and it's kind of hard to do this for a while. Like I can do it now. Like it's fine now. Well, sort of, because I've been singing, so my throat does hurt a little bit. But at the same time, trying to do this for like 5 minutes straight, trying to get different takes, depending how long the thing was, it's a lot. Oh, bye, Tanner. So, trying to do this with a really high pitched voice, and also trying to sound emotional with this voice, and trying not to laugh with this voice either, because, like, laughing is my actual laugh. Like, I have no set laugh for Cherubi, so it's just kind of hard. By the way, this is like as deep as Cherubi's voice can go without it sounding like my voice, sort of. But then it can get here, like this is the normal voice, and then it can get a little higher, but then it just kind of sounds dorky. So no. Then you go back to here, and it's like, okay, I can manage this for a little bit, but then my throat starts to get really dry and gross, and then I can't talk. So yeah, I'm gonna stop for a minute. I might need to run up and grab water. Cause ow. Just ow. Man, doing this stream is so weird. Cause like KO left YouTube. And it feels weird without KO being here. And it's really sad why KO left. And it's just like they don't have to keep doing YouTube. Like, it's fine. Like, needing to take time away, like, to not want to continue, that's understandable. But I just feel bad, you know? If you don't know why, I'm not going to get into it right now, but yeah, that's like the only video left on their channel. That's the explanation. And I commented on that being like, you don't need to stay. Yeah. I just hope that KO is taking good care of themselves. I like how I found your channel because of Doki Doki and stay because of your art. Aw. I know, it's weird. I love how Doki Doki brought in a few people. Yeah, and I just, it's not really my place to talk about it. Because it's, it's for KO's own personal reasons. Like I said, I just hope that things are right for them. Anyway, goodness gracious, I'm getting really sad now. Okay, just ugh. Okay, I need to stop. I need to stop. Like, I just feel bad for people, man. So many people are just like venting and having hard times, and it's just like, oh god, I wish I could help, but at the same time, it's like it just sucks. It just sucks. Because we all have our off days. and that's fine. But when that one off day becomes many off days, it could not be a good thing. I'm probably making zero sense right now, but yeah. I'm not gonna lie, seeing people have like venti type stuff that like they're really upset about something and like they're talking about it and they're still really upset about it and they don't know what to do. I feel bad sometimes, like depending on the situation. Like usually, yeah, I do feel bad, but at the same time, there's just a few where it's like that's that just needs some time. Like you know what I mean? But then there's like the situation where it's like I was in that situation, like the sort of like I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking because God, I'm sounding stupid because I can't articulate words and feelings into one sandwich of sense. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like the people that are like venting and like upset and depressed. It's just like I feel bad because I was in that situation not that long ago. And when you can relate to something and you're out of it, or at least you'd like to think you're out of it, like it just sucks because you want to help other people. But at the same time, it's like I still don't know how to help people in those situations because I still really don't know how I got myself out of that. And situations vary. So it's like it just sucks. It just really sucks. Like how can you help someone when you don't even know how you helped yourself? Or if you even entirely helped yourself? It just it's like a punch to the gut. Yeah, I saw Markiplier's video. And again, that's another situation where that'll take time and it's understandable. He needs his break. It's perfectly fine. Like I feel, I feel bad for him. I feel sorry. You know, if he needs a break, let him take it. Let him have time with the situation. You know what I mean? Because I know if I was in like a similar or same situation type deal, I wouldn't want to be all happy go lucky on camera either. So Anyways, I'm going to move on from talking about that. Not because, like, not for any sort of disrespectful reason. I mean, Lord, no. But I just, I just don't want to kill anyone else's good mood or anything like that. It's like, it's so easy to just be like, I'm in a good mood to life. Ugh, just threw me in the gutter. So, yeah. Because trust me, like, I'm not, like, it's not that we shouldn't talk about these things, it's just, you know, it's a lot. So, in other news, um, God, I really have nothing now. I sort of talked about my day in brief. Like, I just got home from being somewhere with some friends, so that was fun. Now I'm doing this for the whole referencing thing, making sure I can actually do this. So, ugh. All right, let's think of one last little factoid for Cherubi. What haven't I mentioned yet? You know, let's change it up a bit. I'm going to give out two factoids about each character, and then I will answer one question about them. It could be anything, and I have to answer. If I don't answer, if I can't answer, what I have to do in turn is like take a sort of punishment or something, kind of like a truth or dare type thing. Except it's only dare. Like if I absolutely cannot answer. Like there's some stuff where I could answer, but it's a little bit spoilery. Like, you know, one of those, but I can still technically answer. And then there's those things where it's like, no, that's actually really important. I can't. So let's try that. So let's do that with Cherubi here, because I already gave two factoids with her. I think more than two, actually. Maybe? I don't know. So, what you got, Allison? One completely random question about Cherubi that you may have. If you don't have any, then we move on. Let me just set up the next file. Okay, what's her relationship with the others in detail? Okay, so How much detail are we talking? All right, well, all right. That's kind of a stupid question. Never mind. um, okay, so I'll start off with we'll go in order here. We'll go from no, we'll just go in random order. Cherubi has little to no actual relation with Glitch 1 other than they were like friends-ish before she left to join Avenir's little, you know, villainous. Like they weren't that close, really. With Glitch 2, she considers Glitch 2 to be a very close friend and also sort of a big brother figure, almost. She personally thinks that he's way too overly obsessed with all of the bad things that are going on. It's like he's totally not looking at anything that could be good about any of this. Like he's not considering other possibilities other than like we're basically going to fight and possibly kill, you know, me. So there's that. With Decken, they've obviously known each other for a long time. Like before any of this started on camera. Because like they knew each other when Decken first took control. So with them they've had a close relationship for a long time already. And so that sort of close friendship is now becoming a little bit more sort of. We'll see how that goes. They used to be a sort of like boss and assistant type relationship, where it was like Decken would like tell her what to do on camera, be like, "Hey, make some content" or whatever, while they were taking over. But she finally went, "Hey, you don't need to be evil." And then Decken went, "Hey, you're right, I don't need to be evil." And then as far as I go, can't give too much out on that because that'll be answered later, but what I can tell you is it was sort of on the same level of relationship that Glitch 1 and I were to have, which would be like obviously I created them, but at the same time it's like not as a big of deal as like Glitch 2 considers it to be, or some other folks consider it to be. Can't talk about that. And then her relationship to Avenir, they really didn't know much about each other. But let's put it this way, like nobody really knows anything about Avenir except for me, so there's that. And when I mean me, I don't mean like me talking to you now. I mean like possessed me before I was possessed. You get the deal. I hope. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Honestly, Decken is so simple that I'm not even going to really include him in the little reference lineup sheet. Because, I mean, come on. It's basically just head and shoulders, and then whoop at the bottom with some feet sticking out. And there you go, you got Decken. So let's draw Glitch 1 now, I guess. Oh wait, I already. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I lied. That's what this was originally going to be, but then I went, no, it's Cherubi. Whoops. Oh well. Too bad. Too late. It's already been done. Alright, so what I can tell you about Glitch 1, that I haven't already told. Glitch 1, Glitch 1 is kind of an awful human being, because Glitch 1 is like, has always been sort of a monstery jerk. Like, think Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender, except way not as cool. Like, sort of always just mean-spirited, gross, ew. The sort of person, like, I mean, heck, she attacked her own brother. Like, her sibling. Out of, like, not even spite. Like, there was no real reason other than she's just a jerk. I mean, there really is a reason, but I don't know if I should talk about it yet. I think I might save that for what's going to happen after the end is over. Hint, hint, yes, the end's not ending at the end. God, I'm gonna die. I think with her, it's more like a jealousy complex, to be honest. Because she's always felt like Glitch 2.0 has had more attention. And it seems really unfair to her, even though really that's not the truth. And it's also a power thing. Another thing about her, like, she is so power hungry. Like, she's so desperate for power that she's like, yo, Avenir! Because she's just super, like, I want everything to be mine. Because she feels neglected. I guess I can tell you that because really, at this point, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Like, I had a plan, but again, it doesn't feel as emotionally gripping because there's no reason for it to be. Especially after I just gave out that information. Although maybe I could make it work somehow, I don't know. Alright, so another thing about Glitch 1. Glitch 1 was always sort of going to be the side villain, but there was a point where I was like, well, let's not just make her the side villain because then Avenir really doesn't make any sense in a way, backstory wise, because then, like, it's just like, oh, she's just the side villain with no reasoning for anything because Avenir actually does have a reason for being a villain. Not a very justifiable one, really, but that's a story for way later. That's a story for after the end is over. But yeah, that's all I've got so far. So what is our random question going to be as I try and think of another factoid as I'm working? Oh yeah, I need to give their music playlists an update. 'Cause I'm pretty sure a few things could be like taken out or put back in, or not put back in, or put in as new things. Yes, there are playlists that exist on this channel that are specifically their thing, if you can find them, because I'm pretty sure they're public. There's a separate playlist for each character. So there's another factoid that pertains to literally everybody. I can't come up with a design for my character's dad. Okay. You have a mother. If not, make one. If you can't come up with anything for either, then take your character's like easy to spot trait like eye color, hair color, and just plop it on to the the parents, because that's like the easy way to be like hereditary traits. Like green eyes goes to green eyes, you know what I mean? Like curly hair goes to curly hair. It's like one parent has straight, the other has curly, it could be like wavy. You know. Think hereditary sciences. That might help you a little bit. Mother left. Ooh. Ouch. That sucks. You don't want to spoil our story, we could switch roles. I mean, I like I said, there is some stuff that I don't really like. I can talk about, but at the same time, I'm hesitant. Like, really, I could talk about certain things because in the big grand scheme of things, they don't really matter as much. Like the relationships thing, like some stuff matters. Like any relationship between non-possessed me and Avenir, the like those two things are the literally the only things I really can't talk about. And also like the whole ending plot. Like I can't talk about that, obviously, but other than that, like it's pretty free reign type deal. So I mean, like I said, there's some things that need to be kept secret, but at the same time, there's some things that don't. So really, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if you ask something where it's like, I really can't talk about it, I'm gonna say I really can't talk about it. But so far, it's been pretty reasonable. Normally I can't human anatomy, but this isn't too bad. I don't think, at least. Ugh, God. All right. You know what? Actually, you know what we're gonna do? God, I just I have so many songs stuck in my head. It's not okay. Ah, ah, no, don't do this to me. Clip, no. Okay, there we go. Oh, by the way, I hope nobody forgets the whole color association thing I did a while back, stream-wise. Because that's gonna come up soon. It's a little bit important, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned that it was a little bit important. I mean, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if I get a job, which at this point it might be a little bit late, but if I attempt to get a job and actually do get a job, and I get some money on my hands, I'll be able to be like, I'll be able to get the props that I would need in order to properly continue the end on camera, probably. I would just need to find someone to record for me. But other than like that, like that's like the main thing that's bothering me is that I don't have someone to record and I don't have the right props. Even Glitch 2.0's wig is like falling apart. It's bad. So um yeah, that's always fun, right? Oh, you weren't here for that, Elson. Basically, the color association thing is like, I think Decken was like a grayish blue, and or maybe that was Glitch. Oh god, I don't even remember. um, I was purple. Glitch was like a grayish blue. Decken was blue. Cherubi was red. And I don't think I came up with anything for anyone else. But now I can tell you because Glitch 1 was, well, Glitch 1 is going to be orange. And Avenir is black, but we all knew that already. I mean, look at him. Look at how edgy my boy is with his gray, his gray sweater and his black hair that goes over his face half the time and his red eyes. If that doesn't scream, yo, I am the edgiest thing you will see today, then I don't know what does. You do cosplay? I never knew. Well, not really. I just, although I do want to, but I kind of have to in order to make these characters a little bit different. Like, I can't just go as myself all the time. Because, I mean, Glitch 1 was just me with the purple glasses, which I might change if I were to go back on camera, because we need something different. Cherubi's look is going to change soon enough, so I'm not really too worried about that. Glitch 2 was the wig and that sort of thing. And then Avenir would have been a black wig, which I don't have, and a gray sweater, which I also don't have. And then, well, me is really anything, as long as I look like myself. Oh yeah, and Cherubi was like the cat ears and the sunglasses, except now it's just changed to regular glasses. And Glitch 1 had the purple, pixely looking glasses. Honestly, I need to change up these looks because Cherubi looks way too much like actually me. So, but again, her look is changing soon enough. Either way, like there is going to be an actual episode where it's like Cherubi should change her look. But Glitchy needs something different because oh goodness gracious, it's literally just me with purple glasses on. Like no. Glitch 2 is fine, except I do need some items for when the last episode happens. Uh, I wish I had like the courage to be like, hey, I can get some contacts for some stuff because I would totally dig doing red contacts for Avenir or like hazel contacts for Glitch and a singular certain colored contact for someone else in the last episode. But yeah. I don't have the courage to wear contacts, and I don't think the colorful ones are the first way to go. Because I heard that they burn really bad, so yeah. Plus, putting anything in my eye just scares me. Like, eye drops are enough. I don't need anything else. Alright, last boyo that I can add to the roster here. And then we'll quickly go through Decken since I didn't really add him. I can tell stuff about him too, I guess. So, Avenir. My boyo. Honestly, Avenir's been one of my favorite ones to, like, creatively get inspired with. Because, he was just going to start off as, like, a generic, I want power villain, but it's gone through so many more changes now. Like, there's real motivation now, and there's a backstory and lore and junk, so I'm glad that it's gotten to that point where it can be like, hey, there's an actual reason instead of power. Again, not a very incredibly good reason. And it also kind of sucks because that reason was only boosted by the spellbook. But I also feel like I can't talk much about either. Although, if you follow me on Amino, you've probably seen a few things about the book, which, by the way, is the spellbook that I've shown in a few different animatics now. The spellbook is important. I also need to get a book for the spellbook. I have a lot of things that I need to buy, which means I need to get rid of things. Like, I need to sell things. I need money. I need a job. Let's stop talking about my personal struggles with money. And the fact that I don't have any. But, we'll get there one day. It may be a while, but maybe we'll actually get to the point where it's like, hey, I can actually continue this in good old original fashion. What is happening here? This is not this is not how I drew you, Avenir. Not the last time. Oops. I mean, I already sort of gave factoids on Avenir. Like how he wasn't originally human. But there's a little bit more I can muster up, I guess. Can't really go into the motive yet. But, let's see, what can I talk about? Without being like, okay, so Avenir is sort of built to be, like, semi-mysterious, if that wasn't obvious enough by now. But there's, like, a lot that we don't know about Avenir yet. And some of this you won't know. Like, there's a lot you won't know until the end is actually over and it goes into, the the continuation series, which I still don't have any sort of anything for it yet, except a few ideas here and there. Basically, it's the aftermath of what's going to happen in the last episode. But, like, that's really how you're going to find out how all this happened. Like, really, I know I've been saying, oh, all your questions are going to be answered in the last episode of the end. Oh, all your questions are going to be answered by the time this is over. But to be honest, that's kind of a lie, because there's still a lot about me and Avenir that isn't explained. Like, even once it's over. Like, by the end of it, you know a lot about our trio of Cherubi, Decken, and Glitch 2. But there's a lot that's still kind of up in the air, so to speak, which is why I'm making the continuation. Probably. I don't know. It depends on what direction things take and if I rewrite stuff and junk like that, but in all likelihood, it's probably going to get a continuation once it's done, because the main plan is still into place, like the main ending plan. So overall, it's probably not going to change much either. Like, the biggest change I could see happening is, like, minor details that don't really matter a ton. Like, how certain things happen, because that doesn't really matter. Like, certain fighting stuff and junk like that. But the overall ending storyline isn't going to change. God, I just realized how close we are to actually ending off this thing. Like, let me check my notes here. Let me check my script. It's like it's really closer than you probably think it is. And I know I've been saying that for a long time, but I mean, really, like, we're at this point. Oh God, that's not the right folder. Sorry for yawning. Oh yeah, I still need to delete that. God, I wrote this stuff back in April, and I'm still using it. Oh yeah, I cut limits too. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 episodes left, and one of them really isn't a major thing, so count it as like 5. And the second to last one is very revealing. At least, like, to the trio it is. And probably to everybody else. Probably. Wait, actually. No, not the second to last one. Which one was it? Why are there 2 different ones? Okay, so there's 2 different episodes with the same title. I don't understand why, but yeah, the second to last one, the actual second to last one, is very revealing. It reveals a lot of things that, like, are still not really explained. Like, there's still more questions than answers, but at the same time, it's like, whoa. But also, it might not be surprising with the amount of animatics I've done. I really need to stop doing those, because I'm well, I'm sort of unintentionally revealing things that I really shouldn't be, but you know, it's fine. So let's see, another quick factoid on my boyo here, because I need to go soon. I'm gonna finish this up and then go, so. With Avenir, his name origins are interesting because for the longest time, I really couldn't come up with anything. So it's like, well, he's gonna be a big villainy guy, or at least in the beginning, it was like he's gonna be a really awful, awful person with power motivation. So let's see. I was like, I went into a Google name randomizer of like mythical creatures or something, and it was stupid, so I didn't actually end up using it. It gave me like a few ideas that I was considering, but not really. And then it was like, well, in Adventure Time, there's the one really jerky dude, Marceline's dad, Hudson Abadir. So I just went, what if you just put near instead of deer? Well, in truth, that's part of what I did. The other part was using near, I think, from the randomizer that I used. Otherwise, I just thought of a jerky, power-hungry boyo from Adventure Time, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So that's that. So, Allison, I don't even know if you're still here because I haven't really been looking at the chat. But since Avenir is our last key player here, and also after this I'm done, do you have any burning questions that you may or may not get an answer to? Probably will, but do you have any burning questions about our edgy little Edgester? God, I can't talk. Here. I'm sorry for yelling. That was mean. One thing I can tell you is why I love this boy so much, but it should be obvious by now. No, but I do have questions for you. Yes? What is it? Ask away. Please do it. Ah! I'm getting texted. Which means I really need to go in a few seconds here. I'm gonna try and speed through this. No, I didn't. No, I need my outline to be black, not white. That erases things. Sort of. Ooh, it's your favorite OC out of all of them. Ooh. I am so glad you asked this question. Because honestly, I really do love all these characters because they are so fun to come up with ideas for. They're just so enjoyable to play, even though Cherubi's a pain in the butt voice-wise and sometimes writing-wise. But at the same time, as for a real true favorite, I do think I have a little bit of a bias towards Avenir because I'm just a sucker for villains, man. Especially, well, okay, I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but no, you know what? No, I've already said that. I've already shared my thoughts on villains. Oh, yeah. if I say much more than that, it might get a little bit obvious where the story may or may not go. I'll just put it this way. I love my edgy boy because he is a villain that isn't really power hungry. He plays it up to be power hungry. That's part of his deal. But really his motivation lies elsewhere. He hides his actual motivation, which I think is something that a lot of villains don't actually do. Like, most of the time it's super obvious, like they actually reveal their plans, and it's like, oh, I'm going to take over the world because I'm X, Y, and Z, I'm in love with someone, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever. But Avenir is just like, I'm power hungry, but the truth is, he's not. And he's keeping it very hidden from literally anybody. The only person who knows his actual motivation is him and me. Which is why I can't really talk about the actual motivation, because that spoils literally the entire everything. But yeah, a little biased towards my boy over here. Although, like I said, I love all of them because there's just different things to love about all of them. Because Cherubi, even though, like I said, voice-wise, she's a pain in the butt, like, she's just fun and super giggly all the time, and it's fun to be, like, sort of cheesy with her sometimes, because I think it's cute. And then with, like, Dekken's fun because he's more serious-ish. Like, he's not entirely serious all the time. Like, he knows when to have a good time at this point. Like, he's not all, ew, I'm gross, like, a villainy, blah, I'm never gonna be a good guy. Like, he's no longer a jerk. Which makes him also fun, because he started out as a jerk and now he's not. And then Glitch 2 is fun because I love writing for Glitch 2. And honestly, like, I just love all of them so much. Writing for them and developing their characters, like, the personalities behind them is so much fun. Like, it's so great. Like, I mean, look at how far they've come. Cherubi has gone from hiding behind positivity all the time to admitting when she's scared. At least to Dekken. And then Dekken's gone from being a jerk to literally everybody to being kind of nice-ish in his own little stupid ways. And then Glitch 2 has gone from, like, mysterious, doesn't really talk to anybody, to he still doesn't really talk to anybody, but at least he's trying his best. He's trying so hard to be emotionally stable and keep it together for his friends. Like, he cares about them a lot. Like, even Dekken. And Dekken wasn't even part of much for very long. Let's just put it that way. Because I don't think I mentioned. I'm just gonna shut up. I don't know why, but I like my LC Olivia more than Emma. My villain has a very good reason for what they're doing. They just want to try and reclaim what they lost. I mean, yes. It's just yes. Avenir's motivation is, in the broadest, vaguest of terms. He's just trying to have what he already. Well, it's not the same as, like, reclaiming what he lost. Like, it's not what you have. It's similar, though. It's like he's trying to have what he wishes he had. And that's as far as I'll go with that. Actually, no, a better way to describe it now that I think about it, like, it is very similar to, like, regaining what he lost, but really, he didn't lose what he had. I mean, he did. Part of it is regaining what he lost because he's trying to relive something. He's trying to make things the quote unquote way they used to be. Um, but also he's trying to find something else. Like he's trying to make something else happen. Um, and he's not realizing that what he's trying to make happen is something that he really can't control. And that's as far as I'm going with that. Alright, there's my child. I'm done. This is it. We are over. uh, Let me just eat. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. Alright, this is where I leave. Alright. So thanks for watching my garbage. I'm very tired. Thanks for watching my garbage. see you in the next garbage. Hopefully, the next garbage is actually the end because I'd love to continue doing this. Because at this point, it's just like we're so close. We're so close to actually being able to finally talk about everything. But at the same time, we're not. So, yeah. See you in the next garbage. Bye.